Today on the channel, I'm going to show you how to play the song Cuts Like a Knife by Bryan Adams. Yeah, man, Bryan Adams and the legendary Keith Scott on lead guitar. Gotta love Bryan Adams, man. Some of the best stuff from the 80s and beyond. So we're gonna talk about Cuts Like a Knife today, and I'm gonna show you how to play the rhythm parts, the verse, chorus, all that good stuff, and the guitar solo. So let's take a look at it. The song is in standard tuning. It is in D major. All right, so we're going to be playing primarily root chords in this song. I've got my EVH Frankie Relic series because I've got it wired for a single coil and a humbucker. So I'm going to do some of this stuff with a single coil since Keith Scott played a Strat on this recording, but I'm more of a humbucker guy and I like playing the lead with a humbucker. That's just my personal preference. I guess it's easier, so that's why I take that way out. But anyway, the verse part, or the intro, I should say, starts off with this really cool little lick here. This lick goes like this. Okay, and it repeats. You know, it's before Collective Solded. So think of it like that. So we're going to be playing the main melody on the G string up here on the 9th fret. So think of it this way. There's a D string as a drone throughout this. And we're going to be doing this melody. The melody on the G string goes. All right, so if you can get that melody in your mind. You got to put those inflections in with it. There's that slide. It's a hammer-on pick. A hammer on there. One more time. Then when we add this D string as a drone, on that 4 to 7, I don't play the D drone, then I do the D on that last part. So slowly. You can do the D string drone throughout, which isn't horrible, but I think it just adds a little bit more clarity on that 4 to 7 on the G string if you don't put the D drone in there. You can kind of chug on it if you want. It's critical to have kind of a gainy tone on this, but not too much gain. You want to be able to hear the nice voicings, like you want to be able to hear that interval. You want that grittiness, but you want the tonality of these chords to come through. These dyads. Sounds almost kind of, Scottish. Such a great line. Now during the choruses, during the song, he does the same thing, but you got to go right back into that line immediately. So what I mean is you got to go like this. He kind of goes right back into it. It's sort of like a call and a response. All right? So that's the main hook. That's the main intro and chorus hook guitar part, all right? Now, the rest of the song is pretty simple. There's some dynamic stuff you got to pay attention to. Now I'm going to switch to my single coil. Now, when Bryan's singing the verse, we're going to be doing a D, a G, a C. I play a C with an add 2. I play it like this. I call it my Every Rose Has Its Thorns C. That way you can just move your index finger and your middle finger like this. Now I play my D shape a little bit different. Most people play it like this. I play it like that. Reason is I like to go to my D sus4. I got my D minor right there. I got my D sus2. So I just have to move this finger, which isn't in this song, but that's just how over the years I play my D shape like this. So a lot of people look at that and go, what are you playing? So the verse goes, all right, so Bryan's singing over these really nice, delicate. You want to roll back a little bit, and the clean single coil pickup adds clarity to this, right? A little bit of gain, and then you've got this the gain that you can turn up here in just a minute when you got to dig into it, because he does dig in throughout the song, right? I think simplicity with your amp setup, if you've got a nice universal gritty tone that carries well, lots of mid-range, a lot of grit, and you can roll back on it and get clarity, but remain the headroom of the amplifier, but the tone stays intact. That's your ultimate goal. In all rock and roll, really, I think it's pretty universal. All right, so I'm arpeggiating this D. I'm going right down the D, and then I'm gonna go back up just one note, and then this G to the C. Okay, and then at the end of the verse he builds up on this D, and then I'm gonna go to my humbucker. Actually, I'm just gonna turn up a little bit on this, turn the volume up on this single coil. Then we're gonna go. This is the pre-chorus. Hit an A5, a B minor. You can hit a B5 or a B minor, and then a C to a G. And that's the pre-chorus, right before the chorus there. All right. And it cuts like a knife. Okay, so now during the second verse, the song continually builds. It kind of keeps building a little bit. So while guitar 1, which is probably Bryan, or a guy, it might be Keith in the studio, when they hit that D shape, there's another guitar part that goes kind of loud and gritty. It gets back down, so you can add those dynamics in the song, and that's really important when you're playing cover tunes or when you're writing songs of your own. You got to think about these little nuances and these dynamic ingredients that make a song breathe. Song is more than just chords and lyrics. It's the way the musicians express themselves throughout the track to make it successful, right? Make a great song spectacular. All right, so just think about that when you're doing the second verse. If you've got two guitar players, if you're the only guy, wait a minute, baby. Tell me what it means to you. All right, or whatever he says. And then we build up again on this D, A5, B minor, C, and it cuts like a knife. All right, so I mean that's pretty much the meat and potatoes of this song. All right, so after that second chorus, he goes through that chorus a couple of times, and the na na nas, and the guitar solo is going to be played pretty much over that same progression. Now the guitar solo is we're going to be doing something in D minor pentatonic up here, but it kind of toys around with D major also. So D minor pentatonic, if we think of our D note, which is the low E string on the 10th fret, all right, the D minor pentatonic shape that everybody plays and wears out is this box. Well, we're not going to play this entire box during this solo. We're going to stick mostly to these shapes, the first three strings or the top three strings. All right, and we're gonna add this note, which is a sixth note, which is awesome, and we're gonna add that note in there. And we're gonna add a couple more things. So I'm gonna show you, this song starts with a whammy bar dive, and I chose to do this on this guitar because I've got a locking nut, and if I use my Strat, it'd probably go out of tune. So when this solo starts, he's gonna be going through the all right, and the solo's gonna go. We're gonna slide up from around, I'd say the 8th fret. We're gonna slide. You can slide all the way up if you want to, but we're gonna slide up to this position, the D minor position. And it's best to think of it like this in the D minor shape because all these notes that we're playing is going to be based off of this position until we climb way up here into the very upper stratosphere. All right, so the very first part. We're going to slide and we're going to do this, which is a trill, like this. Between the 5 and the 7, flat 7. And we're going to do a whammy bar dive. And when we go down like this, we're going to go 4 beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and on 3 and 4 we're gonna bend up to a D. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hope that makes sense. When you're playing solos, when you learn them, you gotta sometimes to get the phrasing right, you have to count and play it slowly. Which when you play live. You probably don't want to count it. You want to just know how it goes by heart. And if you're good enough to not count, that's fine also. But to learn this solo properly, I had to count it out to figure out how many times he does that trill before he does the nosedive, which is 4 beats. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and that whammy bar dip is just 2 beats, and then it's 2 beats. All right, and then we're gonna go. All right, so what that next riff is, when after he bends the note, he goes. Now this is critical because you got to have perfect pitch when you bend these notes. You got to bend this note first of all. It's got to be a D. You got to put that vibrato on it. Otherwise, it may sound sharp or flat. You want it to sound human, like a voice. I bend with my middle finger and my ring finger. My ring finger's doing the bend, but my middle finger supports. And I always place my index finger kind of across the strings so I can rake into it. And this also guards against any extraneous noise. There's no strings ringing. So the only thing the listener hears is this bend in the vibrato, all right? So once we go, this next phrase goes, now there's another bend, this 6, we're gonna bend it a half a step up to the flat 7. All right. So once again it goes. So up to speed. Little vibrato there. So from the very beginning of that solo, we've got all right, then the next part goes. All right, so this can be a killer. There's lots of really great bends. There's a lot of syncopation and phrasing in this. All right, so we're going to be up here on the 10th fret in this D minor position again. Then we're going to do this little, and then we're going to go. There's 3 bends, which are a full step. We're going to bend this high E on the 12th fret. We're going to bend it up a whole step so it sounds like an F sharp. We're going to. So that's our phrase. Then go. We're going to go. That last part goes. I hope that makes sense. So slowly. That what I'm doing there is going. And I'm going to go. It's kind of a ghost bend down. So we're bending up this 12th fret a whole step, like. Then go. Release, then 10-10 on the E and the B string, and then 14th fret, half step bend. We're going to bend it to this G. So together we got. Then go. So what that is I'm going to go, after we go, I'm going to be on the E and the B string. I'm going to be on the E up here on the 17th and the B string on the 15th. Then 19 on the E. 15. So it's, and then up here on the 20th fret, and bend it up a whole step, all right? So it's, and then the second one, vibrato. So all together, I up pick on this 20th fret so I can hit that note really nice. If you notice, this finger here is staying across the string, so it does, I don't get all that slop and string noise, all right? So from the very beginning of the solo, slowly it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. That goes back into A. And there's the breakdown. And then the big chorus out with the na-na-nas. You can do little solos at the end. I would avoid doing anything with like minor and major thirds. I would stick to the 6. And then, you know, the D note and the flat 7. You can play minor and major, but you just got to make sure you play them in the right. When he's on this C chord, you would be playing minor, but back on this D, it's major. So it's best to kind of stay ambiguous in this. That's why this bend up here works so well when he bends to this F sharp, because he's on this D chord. You go. And that very, very well placed notes according to the chords and the tonality of the song. And I hope that makes sense. It does to me. If not, put it in the comments, or follow me on Instagram, send me a message. I'm glad to talk to anybody that shoots me a message. Links are in the description below. Anyway, that's how you play Cuts Like a Knife by Bryan Adams. I hope the lesson was helpful. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing, comment below, and as always, have a great day. Peace out.